Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another video. We do have an update regarding the Coffeezilla versus Logan Paul lawsuit. Obviously, this is a completely frivolous lawsuit, and obviously, we all know the blatantly obvious reason that Logan Paul is suing Coffeezilla. It is literally to shut him up. Unfortunately, we see many powerful people do this to smaller people who have less money than them. That's just the reality of this country that we live in. But to get to the subject at hand here, so what I'm showing you guys right here is the affidavit of service. This document right here basically is a court filing that shows that Coffeezilla has officially been served. But one of the things that was very interesting to me, which is part of why I kind of wanted to make this video, is because, I've covered quite a few lawsuits. I covered the lawsuit when Spencer Cornelia got sued by this guy named Derek Moneyberg. I covered the FTX lawsuit when all these content creators, Meet Kevin, Jeremy LaFave, Brian Young, Tom Nash, all got sued by this guy named Edwin Garrison for promoting FTX, and they all ended up settling and actually ended up having to pay as a result of that lawsuit. Typically, when I've looked at lawsuits, people get served in the traditional sense that you may think of. Somebody brings the papers, they knock on your door, and they serve you. They'll find out where you live or wherever you work maybe or whatever, wherever they can find you, and they'll literally serve you. What I saw here was actually very interesting. So the way that Coffeezilla got served was actually not the normal way that you typically see people get served. You see, instead of going and finding out where Coffeezilla lives and just knocking on his door, for whatever reason, they weren't able to do that. They were not able to locate Coffeezilla as far as I can see from this lawsuit. So the way that they served him was very interesting. What they did was they went to his registered agent. They literally looked it up, which you can look that up, by the way. I'll explain that in a minute. They looked up Coffeezilla's registered agent, and what they did was they found that registered agent, and they served the papers to the registered agent, which then serves Coffeezilla as well as the LLC. I think it's called Coffee Break Productions or something like that. Yeah, Coffee Break Productions LLC. That is how they served Coffeezilla. What's so interesting about that is, for those who don't know what a registered agent is, I actually have one too. So what happens is most YouTubers, including myself, what we'll do is we'll make our YouTube business into an LLC. There's a few reasons why we do that. My YouTube channel itself is an LLC. And so what happens is you can either list somebody as your registered agent, or you could just have everything come to you. Most of us, including Coffeezilla in this case, he decided to get a registered agent. Typically, there is a company that does this. The people who do this registered agent service for me, it's a company. I can see right here, Coffeezilla hired a company to do it as well. What the company does as your registered agent, any legal documents or anything from the state that comes your way, the registered agent who, works for that company that you hired or whatever, which it doesn't cost that much money, but I forgot how much it costs, but it's very inexpensive. It's very cheap. But what that company does is they'll hire a registered agent. That person will sign off as a registered agent on your behalf, and whatever legal documents come, they will get that from you. They also handle all the other stuff that you don't want to do, like the LLC annual filings and some of the financial stuff. They take care of all that. So like every year when you have an LLC, you'll get like a fee. There's like an annual fee depending on what state you live in that you got to pay. For me in Illinois, I forgot what it is, but for me to continue to run this LLC, I have to do this renewal fee and this other fee or whatever with the state of Illinois. It's like $150. Instead of filling out the paperwork, my registered agent will fill out the paperwork for me, and they just send me the bill. They're like, hey, we filled everything out for you. This is your annual fee. Okay, great. $150. Here you go. Whatever. And then whatever other fee they may charge. I don't know. However it works. It's really not that expensive when you're running a business. It really isn't. So anyway, what happened was, they found Coffeezilla's registered agent. The way that they most likely found his registered agent is you can actually go to the Secretary of State's website, depending on whichever state you live in. I know for Illinois, you can 100% do this. You go to the Secretary of State's website for that state. You type in whatever that LLC is, if you could find out the name of the company, which would not be hard to find. I'm sure Logan Paul's lawyers found that. And then once you find that, you figured out who the registered agent is. What I suspect, and this is just speculation, I want to be very clear. What I suspect happened is they either from the jump said, we're going to go ahead and serve the registered agent so we know for a fact he's going to get this lawsuit because we are 100% suing him, or They tried to locate Coffeezilla and they were unsuccessful in doing it for whatever reason. They couldn't find him. They couldn't serve him. So they said, you know what? This is how we're going to kind of skirt the system. Since we can't serve you directly, we're going to find your registered agent and we're going to serve them. And the registered agent has to be there. The registered agent can't run away and avoid being served. You know, a registered agent can't play these tricks. So we're just going to serve the registered agent. And that's actually that is actually what happened here in the case of Coffeezilla. Logan Paul's lawyer says right here, Enoch, you know, whatever, PLLC. That lawyer is the one who sent that lawsuit filing and gave it to whoever, and they went ahead and they served Coffeezilla's registered agent. So now we have the official update. Coffeezilla has officially been served. Coffeezilla now knows that he has been sued. He has the paperwork, or at least his registered agent does. I'm assuming at some point Coffeezilla will get that as well. And then this is what it says. It says a lawsuit has been filed against you within 21 days after service of the summons on you, not counting the day you received it, or 60 days if you blah, 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 blah. Basically what they're saying is you have to respond, obviously via your attorney, to this lawsuit within 21 days. Otherwise, what can happen, and obviously Coffeezilla is going to respond, but I'm just giving you guys the update here. If he doesn't respond, what could actually happen is it could just go to court and the judge could just give Logan Paul whatever judgment he seeks. That's why whenever you get served or, you know, you get a lawsuit, the worst thing you can do is ignore it. You cannot ignore a lawsuit. If you get sued, it sucks that you're going to have to pay lawyers. It sucks that you're going to have to spend money. But unfortunately, if you ever get served, you do have to respond to it because that's just the way the law works. It's really unfair. It really benefits the rich in a lot of different ways, but that's a rant for another video, right? But anyway, just to speak overall broadly on this lawsuit, let's all be real here. We all know why Logan Paul is suing Coffeezilla, right? It's so obvious. This is the typical case of you did something that hurt my feelings. You, Coffeezilla, made me mad. And because you made me mad, I don't care about the fact that everything you said about me was factual and true. I don't care about the fact that you stuck up for the victims who got scammed by my scummy project. I don't care. You made me mad. And guess what? I'm rich. And I live in a country and I work inside of a system that benefits people like me that are mega rich. I have $50 million in assets. You'd be lucky if you have $2 million. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to drain your pockets. Yes, I know for a fact that I have no chance of winning this lawsuit. How does Logan Paul know that he has no chance of winning this lawsuit? Well, if you remember, back in 2022 of December, when Coffeezilla first made the Expose series exposing Logan Paul, what did Logan Paul say? Oh, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. Oh, yeah, buddy. You better get your lawyer fees and your money ready because you're going to need a lawyer. I'll see you in court. Remember that? Remember that whole saga? Well, why didn't Logan Paul sue until now? Why in 2022 he didn't sue? Why in 2023 Logan Paul didn't sue? I'll tell you why. Because Logan Paul knows he couldn't win. He probably spoke to legal counsel, and legal counsel probably advised him correctly and said, look, dude, he completely proved that this was a scam. I understand that you feel like you didn't do it. It's not your fault. Whatever you feel, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, Logan, you're not going to win this case. All you're going to do is make me, your lawyer, rich because you're going to pay me. And all you're going to do is you're going to end up in what's called discovery, where there may be certain things that come out about your role in this project that you may not want to come out. So it would probably be in your best interest to not say anything. That would probably be what's best. So Logan Paul, that's most likely what happened. And so Logan Paul didn't sue. Fast forward to now, Logan Paul, think about it. Coffeezilla hasn't really stopped talking about CryptoZoo. He's been staying on it. He's really been advocating for the victims. I don't remember the last time he made a video, but it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe like a few months ago, maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago or something, maybe longer than that, but it wasn't that long ago. He made other videos after he exposed Logan Paul, kind of following up and saying, hey man, you said you were going to refund the victims of CryptoZoo, but they haven't been refunded. So what's up with that? Are you going to make things right or are you not? And so I think what Logan Paul is doing now is he's getting ahead of it. He's like, you know what? Number one, I've been wanting to sue you for years anyway because I hate your guts and I hate what you did to me. I hate that you said something about me that I didn't like. So because of that, I'm going to sue you. And the goal of Logan Paul is not to win. You guys have to understand this. The guy got $50 to $100 million. The guy got this huge deal with Prime. The guy's in the WWE. He could literally go box Floyd Mayweather tomorrow and make a couple million. The guy's insanely rich. So since he has so much money, Obviously, he has the mind of a child. He's being petty. His goal is to drain Coffeezilla of money. That's his goal. His goal is to hurt Coffeezilla financially. That is all that is happening here. But unfortunately for Logan Paul, which he's too stupid to realize this lawsuit will backfire in a major way. I can't wait till we start to see how this thing progresses, and I can't wait until we get to discovery. That's going to be very interesting. And I also think the one thing that Logan Paul is not accounting for is at some point, Coffeezilla will make a video about this. He's smart enough to not do it now. He's not going to say anything now, at least from what I've seen. I haven't really seen him talking about the case on Twitter. He hasn't really made many videos. My speculation is that he's being smart. He's like, I'm not saying a word because his lawyers probably advised not to say anything. But Logan Paul, when this is all over, Coffeezilla will make a video. He'll probably even make several videos. And he's going to roast the heck out of you. He's probably going to expose even more whatever he finds out in the discovery phase of the lawsuit. And it's going to be bad for you. So my ultimate message to Logan Paul, if you ever end up watching this video, I don't know if you will. You probably won't because I'm a nobody. But if you do, best thing I could say to you is you just got to let it go, man. You really do. There's nothing you could do about what happened. You screwed up. You got to take accountability. Suing Coffeezilla is not going to work for you. It's only going to make things worse. You could try to be petty all you want and try and, I'm going to make him go bankrupt. He's not like you. He's not the type of person that's like, everything in life is about money. He's not one of those greedy grifters on YouTube. Yes, most YouTubers are greedy grifters. Coffeezilla is not. He doesn't care about money. The guy doesn't even take sponsorships. So everything you're doing, it's not going to work because you're not going to win. That's the funny part. So let's say you drain Coffeezilla of his funds financially. Let's say you do that. You clean him out because he has to spend so much money paying for the lawsuit. Obviously, that's not going to happen because Coffeezilla has lawsuit insurance. Very wise of him. But let's just say hypothetically that happened. Okay, guess what? The guy gets like 3-4 million views a video. He can literally just make a few more videos, continue to do what he does. He'll be okay. Like, you can't stop it. The only way you would really be able to really stop him is if you won the lawsuit and he had to pay you like, kind of like Tasha K. He had to pay you like $5-6 million. But everybody knows that you're going to lose. Logan Paul, you were a child. You were petty. You were one of the biggest scums on YouTube. You were one of the main reasons why people hate YouTubers. I know a lot of YouTubers have huge followings, but a lot of these YouTubers are hated for this exact reason because you guys act like children. Instead of being men, a real man, you got all these big muscles and you're boxing and stuff, but you're not a real man. Why don't you just admit that you made a mistake like you did at first when Coffeezilla first exposed you? You were like, Coffeezilla did nothing. I'm taking back the lawsuit. I'm not going to sue him. Coffeezilla's a good guy. I'm sorry. Why don't you just stick with that? Had you stuck with that actually would have been better for you. Don't get petty because you still won't pay back the CryptoZoo victims and now you're mad. That's the whole situation that we're saying. Absolutely insane. Anyway, I know I ranted a little bit, but obviously, as you can tell, I feel very strongly about this because I truly do think that Coffeezilla is a great guy. And Logan Paul is being extremely petty. I don't have a problem if you sue somebody if that's really warranted. But the problem is like 50% of all the lawsuits in the United States are just some rich jerk suing somebody broker than them because they said something that hurt their little feelings. Saddest thing ever. Anyway, that's today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.